Hello, this is the Green Man, aka TGM, presenting a sound report about the Smpltrek from Sonicware. It's a complete mobile production device. I play the original file briefly. If you like the track, you can find it here on Spotify. And what I want to try is to show the quality of the audio recording from Smpltrek and say a little bit about the ways you can record into this device. I've been recording into the line inputs, and the output was coming from my MacBook's internal audio out. So that has to be considered too if we have any changes of audio, but that's what I will do with all other devices in comparison later on too. I'm planning to do more of these videos. This is the first one. And the Smpltrek is capable of whole music production things. You have a matrix in here where you load audio or MIDI clips. You have various tracks that you can turn on and off, and you can record audio directly into it, but you can also sample. If you press function sampling, you can see there's my internal mic, which is not that bad. And if I talk something, it's recorded inside. I can also resample with effects, which is very nice. And if I choose the recording source page via function recording source, get rid out of this recording. You want to delete? Yes, okay. I go to function recording source. There is my microphone. And here I can see a little A, which shows me I have to turn the A knob to choose a different input. For example, an external mic, I can connect it to the right input, a dynamic microphone, or I can also connect a guitar to the left input, and I can choose resampling in this screen and choose various tracks or the whole master. And I can also choose a connected USB input for recording, and I have direct access to left and right gain settings. And also when I want to sample, I can usually see the input in here and also on other screens. If I'm in the main screen, I can also add the mix of the external source. So all in all, it's pretty old school. That's what I like about it. And now let's get to the quality. I play the original file. Hard to stay. Life goes so different. 'Cause I'm face of love I've left for all times. Hard to stay down. Sad to see without you. Not the same. Hard with you. When I recorded this to Smpltrek recorded in 48 kilohertz, and the original recording turned out to be a bit low, and I used the normalize function. Nice thing about it is after normalizing, Smpltrek automatically stored this with the suffix norm, so I can see it's a different file. The original file didn't get touched, but the new file is not completely as loud as the other one, so keep this in mind if you compare. Maybe turn your speakers up a little. Hard to stay. Life goes so different. 'Cause I'm face of love I've left for all time. I found the sound quite solid, and comparing it by measurement resulted in this EQ curve in Logic. So basically, that's the curve the match EQ wanted to see in order to adjust the sample track recording to sound exactly like the original. But as said, we have the whole audio connection in between, and the sound quality of the audio output from my MacBook. So I have to keep this in mind, and we'll see how it compares to other recordings next time. But as a first try, I found it not bad, and also the quality of the internal mic is quite okay. I'm playing a file.
Also was geht ab? Was geht ab? Also was geht ab?
So as you can hear, it does have a certain amount of bass. Of course, if my breathing is adjusted towards the input, I have the artifacts. If you record something, you have different folders. There's the pool folder, and within the pool folder you can find the audio file. That's where my recordings were. But after recording, you can also save into the project folders. And there's also a preset folder with drum kits and instruments, and basically all the instruments, they are just based on a single wave file. So sound design is pretty simple, but sometimes that's a good thing. I hope to find time to make more videos about it. As a first, you should know that you can really use this as a production workstation. You have a mixer, you can turn tracks on and off briefly here. You can turn on an external source and perform live on top of what you produced before. You can stream USB audio into it and use it as an audio interface and turn the stream signal on and off like a track too. When you're in an edit mode of a MIDI track, you can use these pads to play instruments like a keyboard or play it like drums. And you can also have step sequencing with 16 pads, which become red when you turn on steps, for example. So you can also stream every performance directly to the internet if you connect a phone to it. So it's a complete workstation with lots of options. And for lots of people, it's the new tool to go, since you can fill in batteries, you have an internal speaker and an internal microphone. It's all already in there, and you can connect a proper microphone too, as long as it's dynamic and doesn't need fan.